guys, welcome back to my channel. It is significantly early in the morning. For me anyway, but maybe not for other people. But anyway, I've decided that today I'm still going to film for you. Still going to bring you a little something. I decided that I think I'm going to try and recreate one of the looks that I did when I went on my cruise. If you were not aware that I went on a cruise, that means that you're not following my channel properly. But I will link the vlog for that somewhere around this area. So I think I'm going to try and recreate one of the looks that I did on the cruise, because I tried out a lot of new things when I was there. I was just kind of having experimental me time. The only problem with that is I don't actually remember how I did it. So I'm thinking, because I couldn't bring every single piece of makeup that I own with me, if I try and remember the items that I brought with me and then like work forward from there, I might be able to figure it out. Yeah, I think that's going to be my strategy. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me do one eye off camera to try and figure out what I'm doing, and then I will be back. And through the magic of editing, I'm only going to be gone for like 0.2 seconds. But in that space of time, you might as well use your time productively and hit subscribe. You might as well, because you clearly missed my cruise vlog, but you're here now. So you probably want to see more of me. So it just makes sense, right? I'm just going to give you a little bit of time to do that, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so through the power of editing, I have returned with half an eye on and significantly less clothes. I think spring finally got the message and it's deciding to make a little bit of a comeback, because I'm starting to feel a little bit warm. Not something I felt in a long time. But anyway, yes, we have the top half of an eye on. I haven't done the bottom half yet because obviously I don't have the rest of my face on. I think I kind of figured it out. I sort of got the general gist of what I did. But I didn't remember until about halfway through that I actually used tape to create a sharp line. So this line here is not perfect, but like I do with most things in the rest of my life, I'm just going to ignore that and move on. So let's go. So I'm starting off this look with a base of this cream eyeshadow. This is from ColourPop. It's just a basic matte brown, and I'm just using my finger to pat that all over the lid and blend out the edges. I've been doing this technique a lot lately, and I feel like it just makes my life so much easier because half the work is just done for you. I'm then taking a mix of these two matte brown eyeshadows just to blend out the edge of that even further. I'm using these as a transition. I just wanted a little bit more warmth in the crease. And this time you can see I actually remembered to apply my tape, so I get that nice sharp edge. Now I'm taking one of only two matte brown shades in the Makeup Forever Fortune Favours the Brave palette on a slightly denser packed blending brush, and I'm just running that through my crease just to start adding that depth. Upon looking at it now, that shade is so similar to my base colour, I don't even know if it's making a difference. You know what I've just realised? I didn't prime this eye. See, this is why I always do my eyes before my foundation, in case I do dumb shit like this, and I have to use a wipe to clean it off, doesn't ruin the rest of my makeup. So to prime my eyelids, I'm just taking my NYX HD concealer. This is actually my highlight shade. I like to use a slightly lighter base on my eyelids. It just makes the colour stand out a little more. I'm blending that out with my sponge. I've already applied powder to the other side of it, so I'm just going to flip it over straight away and set that concealer before it gets any creases. I know the powder looks hella white. It doesn't in person. So I've just gone ahead and repeated the same steps up to where we were, and already it looks better. The pigmentation is better, the blend is better. I'm just a lot happier with this now, so we can carry on. To add more depth into the crease, I'm just taking this slightly darker, more cool toned brown and applying that with a tiny little blending brush. This is actually a brow powder and not an eyeshadow, but you know, makeup is universal. You just use whatever for whatever. If it works, who's going to question? Who is going to know, for that matter? I'm trying to concentrate this shade on the inner and outer edges of the eye to create the most depth there for then when we add the lighter shade in the center later. Now I'm just going back in with my previous brushes and blending out all the edges. I don't know why I chose to use the tiniest little applicator in all of existence, because I look absolutely ridiculous right now, but I'm just taking a mixture of that cool tone brown shade and the first crease colour we used and just applying those to the inner and outer edges of my eyes. I wanted to use a mixture because I didn't quite want the lids to be as dark as the crease, so you still get that definition. And here I'm taking that blending brush, and instead of blending upwards into the crease, I'm kind of taking the crease colour and blending it downwards, so it's still seamless, but you can see that definitive depth. I'm now taking this bronzy coloured eye pencil just to map out where I want my halo eye to be. I'm basically drawing a half moon shape directly into my crease and then dragging the colour down in a triangle onto my lash line. I know a lot of people do use concealer to cut the crease like this, and it does give you a sharper edge, but you'll see how we get past that later. I think the pencil is a lot easier to do. Spraying my brush with a little bit of setting spray, I'm then going to take a mixture of these two bronzy kind of baked eyeshadows in that same Makeup Revolution palette and just apply that directly over where we just applied the pencil. The only reason I'm mixing the two shades is because to me they literally look exactly the same and I just couldn't choose which one I wanted to do, so that was kind of meeting in the middle. So the reason I'm using a flat packing brush over a sponge applicator how I normally would is that I can really press the edge of it up to that crease line and try and make it as sharp as possible. I'm now just taking that same small blending brush with no additional product and just wiggling it over the edges to get rid of any harsh lines. Now to really emphasize the top edge of that cut crease, I'm just going to go over it with a really thin line using this gold glitter liner from NYX. This is what I meant when I said that you can kind of cheat by using the pencil as the base instead of the concealer, because you can use the liner to kind of clean up any mistakes you might have made. Okay, so I am back, top of both eyes is done and the rest of my face is done, and at this point I really feel like my skin just has a mind of its own, because I really like get on top of my skincare routine, like cleansing every morning and every night, you know, moisturizing, doing masks and everything, and I'm like, oh wow, my skin looks so good, maybe I should like utilize this and film a tutorial, and then my skin's like, heh, you thought? Have a breakout. Here's some texture. Oh, and let's just open those pores real wide just for good measure. Thank you. But we digress. Let's just move on and finish up these eyes. We'll move on to the lower lash line, add a lip, add probably some lashes, and it will be done. So I've already added black pencil to my top and bottom waterlines and used a black liquid liner to add a very thin line across my top lash line. I'm using this brown pencil, which I'm pretty sure is a brow pencil, just along my bottom lash line, and that same bronze pencil around my inner corner. I'm just using a little bit of that matte brown that I used in my crease just to blend that out slightly. I don't want the bottom lash line to be too dramatic because I want most of the focus to be on the top. And then because mixing those two bronzy shades on my lid made literally no difference, I'm just going to be lazy and take one of them and pack it on as my inner corner highlight because it looks exactly the same. And because this look just would not be mine without at least some pop of colour, I'm using the bright blue Vivid Brights liner from NYX. I'm just going to use that to add some accents around my eye. At this point, I didn't really have a plan, just kind of making it up. So here I'm just drawing an open inner corner point, and then on the outer corner, drawing what I think was supposed to be like an upside down banana shape. I don't really know what effect I was going for there. I think I wanted it to look kind of open and like contrast the sharp edge going upwards with something that went down, but then I didn't want to connect it to the lower lash line. And then I thought, let me just add some dots. So that's what I'm doing there. 2 dots underneath there, 2 dots near my brow for some strange reason. We made it! The face is finally done. It took me about 20,000 years to put these fucking lashes on because they did not want to cooperate and the glue did not want to stick, and then they just didn't want to go right and the angle was incorrect. It made my eyes look droopy and it. So all we have left now is lips, and at the moment I'm tossing up between 2 lip options. When I first did this look on the ship, I did a kind of nude lip and I was living for it, but I did get a nude lipstick the other day and I don't know why, I feel like the colour scheme of it would just work nicely with this. So I'm gonna try it first, see what I think. So I've lined my lips already and this is the lipstick. It's from Makeup Revolution. It's called Diamond Life. It is matte and it's this kind of berry tone, and I thought because of the blue undertones it might just play off the blue nicely, and then because the rest of the eye is very neutral, having this kind of bolder lip might just look nice. So we'll just see how it goes. Oh my god, beautiful. This colour is absolutely gorgeous, and you saw how easy that was to apply. It just went on so smooth, even pigmentation, and even though it's matte, it's not like drying. You can see there's like a tiny little bit of sheen, so I'd say it's probably more like a satin matte. And although I do like the way this looks, I think for now, I think I'm just going to change it out for the more nude lip. Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling that more, but this lipstick definitely will be used more in the future, so keep an eye out for it. So I've already lined my lips using the same berry coloured liner I used for the last lipstick. I'm then just taking this kind of dark pink matte lipstick from Sleek. I'm putting that all over my lips. Then right in the centre, I'm taking a slightly lighter one. This is from Maybelline. And really this step is pretty much unnecessary because it's meant to create that kind of pouty effect in the centre, but you really can't see it. So if you don't have two lipsticks, don't stress, you can still do it. And then right in the centre of that, I'm taking this gloss. So I'm just kind of patting it in the center with the applicator, and then I'm just going to use my finger to blend out the edges. I don't want it to go all the way right out to the edge of my lips because I want that really glossy center pouty type thing. So that is it for the finished look. After I finished and I was just looking at myself in the mirror doing my hair, which really needs a wash, I realized that the gloss just kind of looked a bit strange. The lip looked a bit different from how I remembered, and I realized it's because I actually used the other version of that L'Oreal gloss. So this is the blue one. It doesn't come out of the tube blue, but it comes out clear and it has more of like a pinky peachy reflect, whereas the other one has more of like a bluey purpley reflect, and I thought that this one just looked a bit nicer and kind of looked a bit softer, so I just kind of blotted off the gloss from the top and replaced it with this one, and I just think it's a bit nicer. I mean, they're both nice, but I'm just feeling this one today. So yeah, that is it. That is the end. If you liked this video and you like how this look turned out, then please let me know by liking this video and commenting down below. And like I said at the beginning, make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, then that's just rude. And nobody wants to be rude, do they? So you might as well just click the button. And then I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.